Happy morning! My name is Maan Sikam. I am the president and co-founder of Happy Helpers. We're here today to talk about DIY or do-it-yourself deep cleaning of your home or space. We're going to talk about how to do it and mostly tips and techniques in order to make our lives easier in doing this ourselves. No, if you don't want to hire or outsource your cleaning. So let me first tell you about who we are. We are Happy Helpers. We are a trusted and reliable professional cleaning company. We are a social enterprise with a heart. In the last 6 years, we've already had more than 2,500 clients and have done more than 12,000 jobs, have cleaned more than 12,000 homes and spaces in the last 5 years. What do we do? These are the services that we offer. We do deep cleaning or the general cleaning of the home. We do post-construction and move-in cleaning. We also have several disinfection and sanitation services. We have subscription cleaning. This is where we go to the home where they don't have any more helper or they want to augment the number of cleaners that they have in their home. Then we offer the subscription cleaning package where we go to their homes regularly. We also do aircon cleaning and upholstery cleaning and disinfection. This is where we do a deep clean of the sofas, mattresses, curtains, carpets, and it can be disinfected as well through steam cleaning. So what do our client get? For every home or space or office, we start with 2 happy helpers and we adjust the number of happy helpers according to the size of the home. We provide a complete set of materials. We bring everything from rags to the trash bags to the cleaning solutions where we actually use our own all-natural cleaning solutions like you see in the picture right now. They're all natural cleaning and disinfecting solutions, and transportation to and from the client is already included in the cost. Just to give you a brief menu of the disinfection services that is very relevant right now, that the disinfection services that we offer. We do steam cleaning of upholstery and surfaces. So it's a cleaning that uses hot air to be able to remove all the stains, germs, and bacteria and viruses. It's a chemical-free disinfection. For those spaces that unfortunately have been occupied by COVID-positive patients, we have the Sanandaf disinfection. It will clear the area from all the viruses and bacteria and harmful germs surrounding in the area. It is a contact-free disinfection, so you can make sure that even the hard to reach areas are also disinfected. We also offer a BioArmor protection or a BioArmor treatment. This is where we use this new product, a local product called BioArmor, where a solution is directly applied to surfaces for a continuous 90-day disinfection. So you don't have to spray Lysol or alcohol or bleach onto your doorknobs, light switches all the time. When it is applied with BioArmor, it is a continuous 90-day disinfection. We also have the air sanitation, where we clean the air of allergens, odors, bacteria. And last but not least, one of our more popular services now is the fogging disinfection. So it uses an all-natural disinfectant solution to disinfect and lightly coat the surfaces and hard-to-reach areas. So for more on that, you may call us if you're interested to subscribe to any of these services. Now, let's start with why we are here today. Let's start with the definition. What is deep cleaning? No? Deep cleaning is the general cleaning of your home or office. It's cleaning every nook and cranny, every surface, especially those that you don't regularly clean. So we talk about under the table, under the bed, those hard to reach areas. And we actually pay more attention to these areas because those are not regularly clean. No? Deep cleaning is also an opportunity to disinfect your space. So what you want to remember here, though, to make your lives easier, is deep cleaning can be done per area. So you don't need to do your entire house in one go. No, you could schedule it in such a way that you would do your bedroom one weekend, your living room. So this is so that you would have enough time to move the large appliances or the large materials in your home so you can clean under it. Like, for example, the sofas or the refrigerator. And so at the end of it, you wouldn't get tired. If we do it all at the same time, or if you do it all in one day, when you get to your last room, you wouldn't have the energy to clean it anymore. No? So today, I'm sharing with you tips and tricks and techniques, no? The Happy Helper standard of cleaning. So what is the Happy Helper standards? And the Happy Helper standard of cleaning can be summarized into 3 T's. No? The first T is tools. So ensure that before cleaning, you have the complete tools for cleaning. And we will discuss that a bit later on. The second T is the technique. It's cleaning from top to bottom, or from the inside or the outside, or left to right. What does this mean? You need to have an order to be when you are cleaning your space, no? But we always start from the top, because whatever dirt that is coming from the top, when it goes down, now it's easier to clean the bottom. From inside to the outside is also very important, so that you won't get trapped, no, inside your room or inside your space. And then the third T is the 3-step. No, when you use cleaning solutions, the easiest way is to do the 3 steps. You do spray, wipe, and dry. With this 3-step method, it is recommended that you have 2 types of basahan, or 2 types of rags. One to wipe wet, and one dry basahan to wipe it dry. So all throughout the DIY lecture that I'm gonna talk about today, you just have to keep these things in mind. Complete tools, top to bottom, inside out, and spray, wipe, and dry. Okay? So now we talk about the proper tools that you need to have. With Happy Helpers, we actually color code our basahan, or our cleaning cloth. And we even use microfiber cloth, because this microfiber cloth not only ensures that no dust is left behind on the surface, but also, no, the microfiber cloth does not leave any stain marks on glasses, on glass surfaces. So that's why it's also very important to use a microfiber cloth. So we do color coding so that you won't mix the one that you use for the bathroom, in the kitchen, or the one they use on the floor to your table. So it's very important to actually color code your basahan in the house, no? And of course, use the proper cleaning solutions. I will advertise that we actually have our own all-natural cleaning and disinfecting solutions. We have an all-natural, all-purpose cleaner. You have a bathroom cleaner, glass cleaner, dishwashing liquid, and liquid hand soap. But it's very important to understand what type of surfaces or what type of materials that you have in your house, so you have the proper cleaning solution for every surface in your home. So for example, if you have a wooden shelf or a wooden table, I highly suggest to test a small amount in an yung sa area na hindi masyado makikita, you test your new cleaning solution in a small area to see what the effect will be. Kasi not all cleaning solutions is right for every area. It doesn't mean that if it's all-purpose, then you can already use it for wood or plastic, because some of it might stain. So always test your new cleaning solutions. Other cleaning tools that you need to have, other than the basahan, you also need, of course, here we've just listed down some Scotch-Brite products, but it's important that you have your walis or your mop, a hard brush and a soft brush. Hard brush for those hard stains, or the hard sponge, and a soft sponge for those stains that are easier to clean. I personally use, we have this, the Easy Sweeper at home, because it's easier to to clean the wooden floor just for daily dust that has accumulated on the floor, and it doesn't really require broom. The Scotch-Brite Easy Sweeper is a really good cleaning tool as well. Other cleaning tools, you should have your basahan, your trash bags, no mops. These are just different types of cleaning tools that you can have. A toilet brush, I definitely recommend that you have, and a hard brush for your bathroom. Just a specific hard brush for your bathroom that you won't use for any other surface. Huh? So now let's start to the cleaning proper. We will start with the bedroom. For some tips on deep cleaning your bedroom, again, like I mentioned earlier, you don't have to do all the rooms in one day. It could be one room per day or one room per weekend. It will make your life easier. But some tips for cleaning the bedroom, no? Change your bed sheets twice a month. No? The dirtiest place is normally where our pillowcases are, our bed sheets, because we shed skin every day. And this is where the dust mites, it's not really the dust mite that we are allergic to, but the poop of the dust mites. That's what we are allergic to. So try to change your bed sheets at least twice a month or twice a month. No? Perfect way to disinfect your mattresses and your pillows is to put them under direct sunlight. This will ensure that any odors as well and any light stains, mawawala siya just through putting it under direct sunlight. Also try to outsource, or if you can buy your own machine or outsource, do a regular upholstery cleaning. When we say regular, how often should it be? I would recommend at least twice a year, no? Because regular upholstery cleaning can really get into those deep-seated dirt, no? Get rid of the stains and odors. And if you add on steam cleaning to your upholstery cleaning, then the hot air will disinfect your upholstery and ensure that all the germs and viruses are away, no, from all your upholstery. And last but not least, when you do clean your room, this doesn't just apply to the bedroom. When you do clean your room, open the windows, no? Especially when you're vacuuming, I highly suggest to open the windows. And in fact, if you have an electric fan in your room, when you open the window, put the direction of the electric fan to going out of the room, no? So instead of the electric fan in your direction, it's actually the electric fan's direction should be outside, no? Going outside. What does this do? This gets rid of those dust that you're disturbing while you are cleaning. So when you're changing the sheet, or when you're vacuuming, or when you're wiping all these surfaces, the dust that gets in the air is actually directed outside of your room, no? So try to keep your windows open so that these dusts will also go out. Then we go to the bathroom. No? With the bathroom, we have a few tips that we also do when we clean your bathroom. No? Flush the toilet 3 times before cleaning it. Why? So that the surfaces, no, those that are built up on the surface of the inside of your toilet can be loosened. And even before cleaning it, even before brushing it, ensure to leave your cleaning solution, no, for 15 minutes all over the surface of the toilet, from under the seat, over the seat, even surrounding, no, the toilet area. Because, especially if there are men in your home, there's some spills that happen. I have little boys and spills all the time happen. So even leave some cleaning solution surrounding the toilet and just leave it there. Don't clean it yet. Leave it there for at least 15 minutes. Just move on to the other parts of your bathroom. Also, don't forget to also disinfect the bidet. No? For those of you who have bidets in their bathroom, don't forget to disinfect that, because that's actually one of the dirtiest space in your bathroom. No? And to ensure that you have no, have an easier time. No, this is one tip that's perfect to have an easier time of cleaning your bathroom. Whenever possible, if you're the last person to use the shower, make sure that you dry the walls. No, you dry the walls of your shower, especially if there's a glass wall. Just try to dry them out. No, to ensure that molds and water stain don't build up, because from our experience, sometimes when those grouts turn black, it is quite hard to clean them. Believe us, we've tried muriatic acid, all natural solutions, everything that we've searched on the internet. And sometimes really when those black stains happen, regrouting would only be your solution. So try to just wipe down your bathroom after your shower to ensure no molds and water stains will build up. No? And then also don't forget to clean or vacuum the exhaust fan if you have in your bathroom. Kasi, because normally it's at the ceiling or at a high place, we tend to forget about it because we don't even use it. It's just there. But when you look at it, when you peer into that, it's actually already filled with dust. No? So after cleaning everything, the last thing that you will clean, babalikan nyo ngayon, the toilet. No? The toilet that you actually left the cleaning solution to just stay in. Now it's time for you to wash it down, scrub it, brush it, and then wipe it dry. So clean the entire bathroom. The first thing that you go into in the bathroom is the toilet, and it's also the last thing that you will clean in the toilet. So now we move on to our next room, the kitchen. No? So some tips for deep cleaning your kitchen. No? We always, even in our home, we always do a clean as you go policy. No? Clean the surface, make sure the sink is empty. No, when you get when you get water or even some snacks, put them back in the refrigerator. This is just so that your place is always clean and that there won't be any stain build up in your kitchen. For appliances, make sure that either at the end of the day or after you've used the machine, for example, the microwave, wait for it to cool down and then wipe the surface already with the cleaners. So spray and then wipe it down with your cleaning solution. And in this way, you won't have a hard time because there will be no food or mold or even rust buildup inside your microwave. So always think about clean as you go when it comes to the kitchen. No? So with the kitchen, not just with the appliances, but with the food that you keep, we would recommend a quarterly or even as often as you'd like, if you can do monthly, but at least do a kitchen detailing once a quarter. What does that mean? Open your pantry, look at all the food, which ones are expired, which one can still be eaten, try to reorganize or even label things properly so you know where the things are. And para hindi siya napupuno palagi, just throw away those things that you can't or cannot use anymore. For the refrigerator, I would recommend a weekly, not the cleaning, but at least review of what's inside the refrigerator. I would highly recommend to put, I know everyone wants to recycle and use the ice cream tubs or those takeout boxes, but when you do, especially for those containers that you can't see the inside of, make sure you label them. So for example, if you have leftover, let's say adobo, then you put adobo and the date that you actually put the adobo inside. In this way, we can easily see what's inside. You can easily see, oh, marami pa pala akong ulam, or, oh my gosh, this has been here since last week. So it's easier for us to actually see what's inside the ref. What we personally do at home is that we have a paper outside the refrigerator and we list down the things that what we have inside. When I do the grocery, we add onto the list, and when we cook the meat or the vegetable in them, then we cross it out. So para hindi tayo bukas ng bukas trying to figure out what's inside the refrigerator. Okay? Now we're going to go to the next room, the dining room or the living room. No. So for the dining room and the living room, always do a daily maintenance of high touch areas. Daily cleaning or daily wipe, especially especially now, if other people enter your home, no, make sure you do a daily maintenance of the high touch areas. Use proper cleaning solutions or disinfectant solutions. So what are those high touch areas? The doorknobs, not just the knob of the door, but also the side of the door where you normally touch it. So the light switches, the tables, remote control. Think about what are the high touch areas in your dining room and living room. Make sure that you regularly disinfect these things. If you have glass surfaces, not just tables, but windows, one thing to save on money, to make sure that it's still clean and disinfected, we actually just use a vinegar solution. So ano yung vinegar solution? It's 1 part vinegar, no? Siguro, it's 1 part vinegar to maybe 20 parts water. So super konti lang na vinegar. It's highly effective in cleaning and disinfecting glass surfaces. Maybe you would say parang, paano yun? Ang baho-baho nung suka. Ipanglilinis ko siya. Yes, it could smell a little bit, but just only a little bit, just after cleaning. But after that, the smell will be gone. It will dissipate. It saved you a lot of money from using any glass cleaner. No? So yon. And then we go to the other rooms in your home. If you have a garage or a balcony, in terms of deep cleaning, no, try to do a once a week washing, no, or scrubbing down of your garage and balcony. So if you have a hose or if you can just pour some water over it, try to scrub it away kasi that's where the dust accumulates, and you try to do it weekly or every other week just to ensure that it does not accumulate. No? And if your storage space is this garage or balcony, we highly suggest as well to use open storage spaces like a shelf instead of the ones that are closed. Because if you can't see it, no, then it means it's not there. But if it's open, then it's something that you will use, you will dispose of, and make sure that you label them. For seasonal items, put them in hard to reach areas. And for those that you frequently use, then that's what you put in the front or at your eye level or at your reach level. No? So we try to organize it as well as how often or how frequent we use the things there. So that's also where you will notice, these are things I don't need anymore. There are things that you still use or you can give away. So try not to hoard too much kasi yun nga, it will just fill up space that you won't need anymore. So organizing them using labels, boxes and labels are very important also. Some other tips, no? Take time to disinfect high-touch areas. I mentioned this already in your living room and dining area, but don't forget, now that we're working from home, no, don't forget to do that in your other personal spaces as well, especially, when we're coming from outside and then we're getting back home, no, we go back to our room, put our things on the table, no, we try to remember those things that we brought home were not disinfected. So also disinfect the table, disinfect your where you put your outside things, your bags, no, your shoes. Do keep them outside so that you don't have to clean inside your house, no, if possible. No? Invest in mops. That's very strange, but this is also very important for us. So we actually have a mop for the floor, a different mop for the floor. And to make our lives easier in cleaning the wall, we actually have mops for walls. So we just label them na para yung mop mo sa wall is actually the cleaner one and the dirtier one is the mop on the floor. No? And after cleaning, actually clean your cleaning tools, no? Every time after you use it. Not just once a week, but every time after you use it, clean your cleaning tools, because this is where the germs and the viruses and the bacteria will accumulate. Make sure you disinfect and thoroughly dry them. So hang them, your mop brushes, or the mop heads. Make sure you hang them up. Your mga basahan, the different types of basahan that you use, make sure you wash them and thoroughly dry them, no? But of course, when you get tired, when you don't have time anymore, you can also call the experts and help you with cleaning, especially now with what's happening with the ECQ, with all the ECQ, MECQ, GCQ that's happening. No? Just call on us and we'll be there to help you. So before I go, no, why do we need deep cleaning? Because it just will clear our mental space. It will clean our mental worries. No, it gives us peace of mind when our home or office is clean, when our surrounding is clean. It will make us feel more safe and secure, and less stress, because we actually know where things are. No, it helps keep things organized. So now, before I go, I'd like to just mention where you can reach Happy Helpers. We are on IG and Facebook at Happy Helpers Manila. We also have our website, www.happyhelpers.ph. Here are our numbers. We have a smart and globe line for any of your needs. So you can just message us anytime if you have any questions and any concerns or any cleaning problems. So there, thank you very much, and I hope everyone has a great evening.